Go.
Good evening, everybody. How are we all tonight? And I don't know what is up with this stupid camera. I looked good before it went and cut away, and now it looks like ass, and I apologize. I'll go ahead and I'll disconnect in a few. No, I was not saying anyway. I guess to see my ass, although I hear it's better than Chris Evans. I hear it is America's ass.
With a non-family friendly introduction.
Well, no, I'm quoting Captain America. He is the most wholesome. Remember, he's the one who brought language. So, and we know that he's much cooler than Tony Stark any day and 7 times on Sunday. So, good evening, everybody. My name is John Reddick, and tonight I get to try to be the leader of this merry band of misfits.
Good luck.
Welcome to Wednesday Wham. If you're watching on Wednesday, fantastic. You're right on time. If you're watching or listening some other time, we're ecstatic that you are here, and thank you for taking time to listen to us whenever and wherever you may be. So with us, tonight is me. My name's John Medic. In my past in comics, I've been a publisher, I've been a writer, I've been a letterer, I've been an editor, I've been a pre-press guy, but I'm not really very exciting whatsoever. However, the young lady next to me, and I'm going to try this one out and see if it works. Am I doing it right?
Yep. Yeah, you got it.
Like backwards. Cool. So Barb, our Empress of Inks and Chief Bean Counter at Silverline. Barb, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Meanwhile, I'm going to try to fix my camera.
My name is Barb Kjellberg. I have been an inker since 1988 and worked for everybody under the sun. Yes, including the big two. I have also been a writer and a colorist for the last 7 years. I'm the creator of Divinity. And I am also the head bean counter for Silverline Comics.
And yes. Tell us, what does bean counting entail?
A lot of nagging to Roland.
Roland Man, our head honcho, former Malibu editor, former Marvel editor, all-around good guy, and
host of the Sunday show.
Right. Where is this invoice?
And the gentleman that has brought us all together in brotherly and sisterly love of comic books.
What's this unknown charge?
What charge? Oh, that charge.
Yeah. What's this? This
I do a lot of that. I do a lot of that. Yes.
Yeah.
Other does that like fall into other duties as assigned? Is like other charges as assigned?
Second wife, maybe. Why nag?
I was gonna go somewhere with hookers and blow, but you went with the whole sister wife thing.
Oh my god!
All right. Rumors. Barb is a little bit spicy this hump day, isn't she?
Yeah, I well, he lives in Florida and I live in Wisconsin, but I nag him a lot, so he's probably going, God, just shut up already.
More like ex-wife then.
Yeah, there you go.
And so next to Barb, we have Rob Davis.
This guy.
Yes.
Yeah. I have been in the industry about as long as Barb has, maybe a few months longer. Started out as a letterer, then was an inker, then became a penciler, and kind of stuck with that one because I thought it was the most fun. And I've worked for many of the same companies that Barb has. With very few exceptions. And I've drawn everything from Merlin in the Ancient Past to Star Trek and Crew in the Far-Flung Future and all kinds of stuff in between. And I have other hats that I wear too, but we won't even talk about those. I always take too long on these things. So
is it? We're not talking about the hats because it's like the one with the doilies on it, and it's got a little thing coming off of it, or I'm trying to think.
no
Who was it? Milton Berle.
yarmulkes. No
I was going
yarmulkes,
for the
although I
Milton
do
Berle
have a
reference.
bald spot back here. But
Oh yeah, me too, brother. Wear it with pride. Oh yeah. All right, so down this way, I believe, because I think it needs to be mirrored. We have Javier. Javier, what's up, man?
Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm Javier. I live in the wonderful Zephyr Hills, Florida. It only hit 110 today in the shade. Yay! I am a comic book penciler by trade. I ink must, which is pretty much every other project. At this point in time, I have been drawing comic books since 2003. I've done some work for IDW. AC Comics, and of course Silverline, along with my own independent creations, Green Tempest and Project Apex, and others. I've collaborated with several people across the industry, and right now I am penciling a 6-page Christmas story for Miss
Fury.
Miss Fury.
Thank you, Miss Fury. Yes, thank you. I'm sorry, I got confused there because I'm actually talking to somebody else with another Miss title. So I want to make sure I got it right. So thank you for the assist.
She's a public domain character that Silverline
There you go.
uses.
All right. So that's me in a nutshell.
So knowing Roland and knowing, hey, Gray Wolf, how you doing tonight? Knowing Roland and Roland's love for Ole Miss. What if we had Miss Fury and this other Miss down in Ole Miss?
There you go.
That is kind of hit or miss. I don't know.
I like you, man. All right, cool. So
There's a gulf. There's a
down
gulf
in the corner,
between.
sir, with the awesome looking chair. That's an Evil Lair chair if I ever done seen one.
I wish it felt like an Evil Lair chair. I need to buy an Evil Lair chair. I'm Cassisi Harris. You can call me Cass because I know that is a mouthful, something weird to remember. I'm a writer here at Silverline. I've done a little editing. I've released my own stuff, but I don't really talk about that. You can look at that stuff for free. I am a firm believer in getting through bad stuff. So if you look at my stuff, know that it is not golden, but it is stuff that I created. I've penned a short story in the old Christmas release from Silverline, and I'm working on some more stuff for this one and a super secret project that I want to announce, but I can't announce. So hopefully I can announce that soon. And then Silverline Team Up Volume 2 with Tempest and Miss Fury.
Very cool. Yeah, and Kaz, you do not have a story in the old Christmas special. You have a story in the inaugural.
Oh, I love that. I am using, look, I'm writing that down.
So, yep, it's all about the sales, And actually, I got a shout out to one of the students I know from one of the schools I worked at many a moon ago, sent me a Facebook message the other day and said, look what I came across. Sniper and Rook collection, found it in half-price books. So, it's so cool, like, when they're finding, like, my stuff in local, like, every day. So that was really cool.
I always cringe when they bring up my first few books. Do you really want me to sign this?
So we've got a couple things that we want to talk about tonight. Tonight's topic, we're going to be talking about toys. Toys are awesome, but no, not that type of toy. Don't get too excited just because it's hump day. But I think that Barb really doesn't have enough to do. She writes and she inks and she colors and she's awesome and she's friendly and she's good with family and takes care of people. But I don't think she has enough beans to count, personally. And unfortunately, one of the issues, not comic issues, although we got those too. We got regular issues, we got comic issues, I got mental issues. We got all the issues. When I'm in good form tonight, I guess. Yeah, but unfortunately,
you're off your meds today, right?
I had her all kicked in. Yeah. So when Diamond Comic Distributor had gone bankrupt, and we know bankruptcy is part of the bankruptcy court. Courts are part of American government. We also know that the 9 scariest words in the human language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Unfortunately, when Diamond went bankrupt, there were a lot of people that were left behind and left out. People that had shipped product to Diamond because people had ordered it with the comic stores and they were carrying product. Silverline is one of the many people and in people and organizations in the industry
Entities, yes.
that unfortunately have been kind of caught holding the bag, paying for things to be printed, paying for things to be shipped to Diamond, and really if we get money, we'll be lucky. Oh, Barb, you already did that too. I had one on too, but you brought it up for me. Thank you so much. So Barb's even going to scroll for me. Fantastic. So yes, ladies, gentlemen, children of all ages, if you do not mind, we would love for you to check us out on Fund My Comic. If you just do a ridiculously easy Google search, Fund My Comic, Silverline, and you'll find this link. It's right up there. It's live for 7 more days. And anything that you can do from a like it and share it out, or let a friend know, or order some stuff, or all the above if you can. July's almost over. Christmas in July. Tick tock, right? We got Halloween. How cool would it be to buy comics, put in little Halloween bags for all the kids out there? We do have a ton of things available. We're trying to recoup some of the finances that were lost. And again, it's not just us, it's everybody who had dealt with Diamond, unfortunately. But with being a smaller publisher, every little hits a little bit harder. And let's all face it, Barb needs more beans to count. So anything that you might be able to do to help share this out, we have got so many things here. We've got commissions available. We've got Rob Davis, who is right here in the middle, ready to get in the middle of your artistic vision and dream of what you would like to commission him to draw.
And it's good.
What's that?
And it's good. I know.
It is good.
He knows from personal experience. Yes.
And yep, Kaz showed his just last week before. Yeah, and you did the unveiling, and it was beautiful. We've got sketch covers. We've got T-shirts. We've got original art. We've got more original art than you could shake a stick at, assuming, of course, your idea of a good time is shaking sticks at original art. We'll get back to sticks and stones in a little bit, I promise you. We have some magic mystery bags that have been put together. Roland, head honcho, doesn't even remember what's in all the mystery bags, but there are very, very cool things. And there's lists of that. It could be a foil cover, it could be a limited edition. When we do the crowdfunding, you've all heard the spiel that the Silverline books are always done before we even put them up there. They are done. They are ready to be sent off for printing. We don't do vaporware. It's ready. It's ready for you. But unfortunately, sometimes they bounce back to us. People have moved. They do not give us an updated address. We've got a couple of those that bounce back, and we cannot find the owners. We've tried and tried and tried. We've got some of those in there. $10 plus shipping, and so we've got some unclaimed items. We've got some posters in there for $1. So, anything that you can do that might be able to help, that way we can provide you with more entertainment, and we would love to keep the train going and give Barb some more work to do because she's lazy.
And if you can't buy, share the link.
Exactly.
Share
yes. Like and share. And
somebody
just
out there on your friends list might want to join.
And Barb would be thrilled to have a couple more beans.
I definitely would. We have we've got a few royalties to pay out that we've been holding on to until such time as we've got the funds, and now we can do that.
And Silverline is so kind. People understand the situation that we're in, like the royalties, right? But. Everybody here needs to eat too, and everybody gets it. We all have roofs to keep over our heads and food in our mouths. But without any further ado, because that's too much doing, tonight's topic is, and I want to see if it is showing. I'm adding it to stage. Tonight on Wednesday Wham, we are doing the toys of our times. So basically tonight we are going to be talking to the different Whammers about some of the toys that we played with in our childhood. And back in the day when I was a kid, let me grab a visual aid here for you. back in the day when I was a kid, we didn't have any of these cool GI Joes that he has like a churn and moves here and moves here and moves here, and look at the knees, it's got like double knee joints. All right, we didn't have all this back in the day. We had 5 points of articulation, and we liked it. It could be worse. It could be Rob. When Rob was a kid, he had to wait for stones to form and solidify. There weren't even branches and sticks and trees yet.
Yeah, we laid the clay out in the yard for it to harden.
So he was playing with the inaugural set of toys. Got it.
Oh my God, that was awesome. That was awesome. So,
well, you tied that in.
And we're going to be talking about toys across all kinds of different decades and childhoods, and it's really cool because you'll see that some of the things carry over. Even though there's differences in all of our ages, there are a few things that are, and kind of surprised me, even like the ones that were kind of consistent across a couple of us. So with that being said, if you guys don't mind, I'm just going to go ahead and start taking it through the PowerPoint. How's that sound?
PowerPoint sounds good.
So
it's like we can stop you.
You cannot stop the PowerPoint. Yeah. So, I thought, I know that Javier and I, we kind of pull from a lot of the same childhood stuff because we're same age. And so I'm like, okay, I'm not going to go G.I. Joe route. I'm not going to go Star Wars route. Let me kind of go into my younger years. I was born in 1973. So I was actually at my mom's house the other day. I even found some of my old Lone Ranger stuff the other day. I found Silver. I loved Lone Ranger as a kid, very much comic tie-in. And as now comics was progressing, it was Lone Ranger was actually related to Green Hornet, tied together 2 very nice IPs. Loved my Lone Ranger stuff back when I was a kid. None of these images are mine. Thank you, internet people, for posting them. But here we've got, Tonto. We've got Lone Ranger. We have
that stuff's even from before your time. That looks like stuff that was around when I was a kid.
Like 1973.
Is that the obligatory bad guy?
Yeah, but Cavendish
I think
like
was
a real bad guy from the series. So
OBG, the obligatory bad guy.
Internet. Thank you, internet, for being so awesome. They had some ads from back in the day. So Tonto had his horse, and Butch had his horse, and Lone Ranger had his horse, and I'm an only child, so guess what? I have all the horses and all the dudes. So this was kind of a nice, throwback for me, going back to like my earliest days that I can remember with some of the figures. Now that I think about it, I should have gone back to Fisher Price, the little Fisher Price people too. Next time. All right. Oh, I got all screen. So now that we're done with Lone Ranger, the next one up, we're going to talk about a company called Mego. And everybody's probably going to go, whoop, here it is. Mego, we know where he is going next. Not superheroes yet, but Star Trek. So let me tell you a story. Star Trek, I love Star Trek. I love Star Trek before I love Star Wars because it was out first. I love the TV show. I love the animated series. Notice how we've got Scotty back there, and he's holding one of those blue phasers. Back in the day when I was a kid, Mom and Dad actually, Dad wasn't home. Mom had to take me to the doctor because somehow I wound up with one of those blue phasers shoved up my nose.
Uh-huh.
Yep. I tried putting it in Robin's hand and it flung in there. I don't think that's really what happened. But oh my God, I loved the Star Trek Mego figures. My earliest Christmas memory was walking down the hallway into the living room, and my parents had this big picture window, right? And that's where we had the Christmas tree. And, in front of the tree, in a semicircle, were all of the Star Trek figures in package like that, not even wrapped, but just a semicircle around the tree. And I was just so in love with like my Star Trek Megos. I really, really, really dug it. And then they put out a second series of aliens, and one that's really kind of interesting. If you look at the alien in the upper right-hand corner, that's a Gorn, supposedly. It looks like in the show.
Yep.
But that's actually just reused or was reused into the lizard figure when Mego is doing superhero figures later on. So that's kind of cool. We'll talk about that too. This was one of the best playsets ever for a child. If anybody here ever watched The Big Bang Theory, there's an episode where Sheldon is playing with a transporter. If you look all the way over at the right-hand side or left-hand side, the other right, the left-hand side of the picture, that's the transporter. You put a figure in there, you hit the button, woo, and he goes away. Well, really, he's on the other side. In the UK, they sold the transporter as a separate toy, completely separate, different box from this playset. But this playset folded up very nice, had a little bit of a handle on there so you could carry it around. The cardboard that's in front there are the different view screens that went behind Captain Kirk there and Mr. Spock. Love my Enterprise playsets. I had 2 of those. Let me tell you about Star Trek Mission to Gamma 6. Oh my God.
That's the first time I've ever seen that.
Yes, in that it was a problem. I was staying by my Aunt Barb's house. So that's my mom's sister, my godmother. And it was, probably around Thanksgiving time. I was little and she took me to a store. I bought a comic book. There were like ads in there. And so like when mom's asking me, also, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, I want Gordon's Planet. I saw it in the comic, right? And she's like, Gordon's Planet, what is that? Well, that was the name that was given to this playset. This playset is rare. It is very rare. Yes, I have one. Yes, it's tattered. Yes, it's in pieces. But yes, I still got it. It did not get widespread distribution. It basically,
I never even knew it existed.
And Rob, we know that you are a huge Trek fan. So, if Rob, a huge Trek fan, hasn't heard of this one, yeah, it is pretty rare. It made it to the coasts, but my mom, she called every place she could find, and she finally found somebody from the company, and they had one like in a storage warehouse. And they sent it to her for the cost of shipping. So she made sure that I had a wonderful Christmas that year too. This is so cool. So check out like these high-tech things. On the side, that is a green scaly looking glove. So you stick your hand in the glove from behind and you could grab the figure. And that's really cool. You've got a couple of those little guys hanging out there, and you see them hanging on the side of the mountainside there. They kind of look like from one of the episodes, I believe the Apple. They look very similar. Then over on the side, you got
Andorians
on a little leafy thing that closes up. But yeah, that I always knew it was Gordon's Planet because that's how it was written in that little comic. It was a digest size. But yeah, that was really, really cool. So staying with Mego, this is one of them that kind of made me surprised when Javier threw out there, Planet of the Apes. I'm like, dude, somebody else remembers the Planet of the Apes toys. Rock on. So, yes, Mego, they did, like I said, they've reused bodies. Lizard, Gorn, same thing. Some of these were here too, but again, sci-fi. Give me any sci-fi when I was a kid. Loved Planet of the Apes. And I had the playset. So they actually have
even the treehouse. Wow.
The Planet of the Apes treehouse. The top was vinyl, and it had it really felt like a vinyl pattern, and it kind of even had a weird smell to it back then, with a little flap that popped up so people could come up above. When you have like the 8-inch figures having playsets, it's not like with the 375-inch Star Wars figures where it was really easy to have the play sets and the ships, so this was kind of really above and beyond. And anybody who has seen the Apes movies, you understand why Lady Liberty's in there. If you haven't, shame on you. You should watch them. Go back, watch the originals, Dirty Ape, not all the reboots. Watch the original. It's phenomenal. All right, so let's stick with Mego for a while. We knew we'd have to get to superheroes sometime. And so I was like, yeah. All right. So here we've got some of the Mego figures. And notice there's some intersectionality going on here. We got a love fest because we got Joker hanging out next to Captain America and the Hulk. We got intercompany crossovers before we had intercompany crossovers. So Mego was working with Marvel. They were working with DC. They were putting out fantastic looking figures from both lines. And of course, they already had Star Trek and they had Planet of the Apes. Mego was what Kenner and Hasbro like are now. I mean, it was a powerhouse. It was really, really cool. I found this online. This is taken, somebody was blowing them up, selling them, and it was 11 by 17. But so many of the different Mego figures. I had Superman, I had Batman, I had Robin, Aquaman, Cap. I don't think I had Tarzan, but Tarzan's not even Marvel or DC. Spidey.
Well, actually, he was at Marvel and DC as a comics character. But
That's right.
Both companies had him for a while.
Yeah, not in like Marvel continuity, but yeah, you're right. I forgot they put the book out. Thanks. Definitely good call. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Mixoplex. They got freaking Mixoplex in there. Batgirl. Oh my God, I love my Batgirl, but her hair got so ragged and ratty. It had the same problem with the Uhura figure from Star Trek. And then look, we got even more. So you've got some that were able to swap out uniforms. We got the Spirit, Green Arrow, Green Goblin. Look at the Lizard. Yes, it's a green.
Wow, the Fantastic Four in there. Wow.
Fantastic Four. No Herbie because it wasn't a real thing. Yes, we've got Conan. Doesn't he look like he was drawn by Barry Windsor Smith? No, absolutely not. But that would have been pretty cool. I vividly remember getting Iron Man at a place called Turnstile. It was a Midwest chain that was owned by Jewel Osco Corporation. They went away. Venture took over a lot of their locations. But I still vividly remember getting that in the 70s. And then on the bottom, we've even got some of the Teen Titans. And then Almighty Isis, who also had her own TV show. Isis as in the heroine, not like the heroine. That's bad too. I was going to say not the terrorist organization. I'm not even winning on this one. With Amigo figures came boxed or carded. Boxed ones came first. The carded ones came later on. It was a little bit cheaper. And unfortunately, Amigo did not last forever, but it lasted enough for us to have great memories. So Spidey had a car. Spidey had a car, and Spidey had webs on the back, so he could capture and catch the bad guys. That was really, really cool. But wait, there's more. Batman, Robin, little bit out of scale. I think collectors today would cry. What you got, Rob? I thought you were pointing.
They're 8 inches. I looked it up. Yes. They're 8. The Mego dolls are 8 dolls. Yep. Action figures are 8 inches tall.
Yeah, and so a little out of scale for this Batmobile. I'm reading something on. There's Ramen Toys. It's a group. It's a toy company out there, and they're doing a Knight Rider thing right now. And there's a bunch of people that are crying. The window should be tinted. No, the window shouldn't be tinted. Yes, they should be tinted. No, and I'm like, you little brats. Back in the day when I was a kid, my figures half fit in a car, and we liked it. And now they're complaining about tinted windows or not. All right, and so here we go. No good mold should never go unused. Batman got a mobile bat lab, but then again, let's just go ahead and make more of them, change the color, and give the Joker his own Joker mobile. And ironically, when I was cleaning out some stuff in my childhood home not that long ago, I found the shipping container that my Joker mobile came in. The actual cardboard of that. I'm like, oh my God, my mom saved this in her closet since probably 1976. So I cannot wait to see what else I find. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So it was kind of cool that we've got the vehicles there. All right, so we know, and we were talking a little bit about the play sets, and that it was kind of cool that we had those for Planet of the Apes. Wasn't as easy to do for the bigger 8-inch figures as it was for the 375, right? Well, we know that Star Wars kind of really changed the world. 375 became the big thing to do. What was Mego to do? Well, let's do it too. They put out a line of figures and then later rebrand it into Pocket Superheroes. But talk about some of the most generic packaging you have ever seen. I remember getting one of those. I think it was Kmart. Maybe it was Venture. No, maybe it was even Turnstile. Or maybe it was there. I don't know. That was a good walk down retail history memories. But yeah, it was very incredibly lame packaging. But again, all kinds of companies. Spidey, I got a super cool story about Spidey. I had my Spidey, and one day I'm playing with him in my room, and what does Spider-Man do? He crawls over everything, right? Crawls up walls. So he's crawling up on top of my lamp. I had a lamp on top of my dresser, and so I put him on top of the lamp, on top of the wall, and forgot he was there. And then nighttime comes. And then like an hour, I'm smelling something burning. I'm probably like 7 at this point, right? And Spidey starts melting because of the light, from the lamp. So yeah, one of my Spideys is definitely melted in the chest.
A little warped.
And deformed, yeah, because it really truly like melted the plastic. It was more than
I'm
just.
I'm surprised. Looking at that picture, I'm surprised they got away with that Wonder Woman. Because of the coloring.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, take a quick look at that and you go, what?
If you take a look at this picture and the next one I'll show you guys, there is a slight difference. They did put out a version of the figures, I believe in 76, and then they relaunched it again and called it Pocket Superheroes. And there are some subtle differences, like the first iteration, which is where this picture came from. Their legs are mostly bent, and it's very, very weird. It's kind of like they're crouching. Later on, they're straight. These, to me, the hands also look kind of naughty, especially for Wonder Woman there. But to me, these look like the rock, paper, scissor versions. So that's what I affectionately call them, because they're all like 1, 2, 3, 2. Once you see it, you never unsee it.
Man, wow.
But this is the non-rock, paper, scissors, except for Superman, because his hands are ready. Robin too. Oh boy, as First Decay would say. But yeah, so these are some of the Pocket superheroes. The older versions, like I said, all had the bent knees. I didn't have those, so I went with the ones that I had. They also did have ships. So they basically took the little Spidey mobile, shrank it down.
What's much better. That Wonder Woman is.
Is that a superhero in your pocket, or are you just happy to see it?
Why not both, Barb? Yeah.
Aquaman is rocking that tan, man.
Isn't he though? And that one's actually pretty rare. I guess he's kind of from like the end of the line, from what I understand. But yeah, so we got the Aquaman there. And that wraps me of mine up until now. So the way that we were going to do tonight was I got the pointy picture. Barb actually brought real stuff to show us. And so Barb's going to go next. And then meanwhile, I'm going to toss some of Rob's images that he provided us into my slides so we can go there for Rob to be up next. But Barb, show is yours.
Sure. Okay, well, I don't have a whole lot of toys left from when I was a child. I only have 3 or 4, but one of them that is very important to me and one that ties into my career is
Barbie.
Oh, wow.
Barbie, yes. And this one is special to me because my grandmother crocheted her ball gown.
Oh.
Yes.
So that's custom, homemade, with love and care.
Yeah.
Yep. This is a 1962 Barbie. And
check out that hair.
Yeah, check out the hair. Check out the we did beaded pins we stuck in their ears for earrings, and yeah, those are homemade. But I spent many a year on Marvel's Barbie comic book. So not only is this my Barbie when I was 3 years old, in 1962, one of the original Barbies, not the original, but 1962 version, but it ties in with my many years spent on the comic book. So this means a lot to me. And as you can see, she's in pretty good shape for being.
I was just going to say, she's in great condition.
Earrings. Love the earrings.
Yep, she's in pretty good shape for being as old as she
is.
Even
the little rhinestones for the buttons down the front.
Yep.
Is that rhinestones? Yeah, it
sequins,
looks like.
Yes.
Sequins, yes, yeah. Really? Oh, it's all through the dress. It's not just down the center line. Wow.
Yep.
Hey, nice. Barb, I'm curious, how many moves has she been through with you?
Many. Yeah, many moves.
And she stayed in that great of condition. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I put her in a special box, so that's just her own. Shut her away. Oh no. So that's the oldest one, and that is one of my original toys. So the other things that I have to show are either things I've picked up at conventions or things that I have appropriated through 9/10 of the possession is 9/10 law, because my son left them behind. So they are now mine. Another comic book tie-in for me was I also worked on the graphic novel for Dark Horse of
Gojira. Gojira.
Gojira.
Gojira.
Yes, this is a pretty hefty size one I picked up at San Diego Comic-Con.
Wow.
Yep. So Godzilla is another, and this has been featured in many a VHS stop motion film that my kids did way back in the way. They would set up their Hot Wheels cities, and then Godzilla through them, and they had lots of stop motions. Another of my son's toys, and this is obviously from the comic books. And this is, does anybody know what this is?
Is that
Turtles?
That's, oh my God, what are they? Turtle wagon, turtle.
Yeah.
What do they call their thing? Not Shellbuster. Shellbuster?
I have no idea what he called it, but it's mine now.
It's called Barb's.
Yep, this is Barb's turtle van with all the turtle. And I mean, this is just like a portion, a small fraction of the turtle stuff that I have in totes downstairs. And these are all back. Cool. Yeah, these are back from the 1980s when all this merchandise blew up and everybody had to have these. All of these come from the 90s, by the way, or late 80s, early 90s, early 90s. Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
So again, my son left them behind, so they're mine now. He had all. I even have the sewer system in one of the totes. The whole,
Do the grandkids play with those now?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Not this next set though, because they're not quite old enough yet to appreciate.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, nice, nice.
Man.
Oh, and that's the real Ghostbusters. That's the 80s. Oh, this is the cartoon version. Oh, yes. Very good, Barb. Very good.
Ecto-1 is here to play.
There's the containment system that goes into the back of the car.
You got Venkman up on top. Is that Venkman?
Two Janines that are driving at the moment. There's one, and there's the other.
So there's a double chance they're going to get lost.
Right. Peter Venkman is in the chair on the top. Cool. See, like this. And of course, I can't have Peter without the other three.
You got the whole team.
Word. Yeah, that's from the cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep. I have all of these. And what would Ghostbusters be without Slime? Nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Again, this is just a fraction. I have a whole tote full of Ghostbuster stuff as well. So 9/10 of the law. So that's some of my stuff. Now, on to what I've picked up at conventions. This is super cool.
Oh, nice.
Is that like a McDonald's?
Catwoman.
Yeah, Catwoman. I don't know, but the tail goes if you.
I think that was a McDonald's Happy Meal that went along with animated series.
That's what it looks like.
That's super cool.
Probably is. It was probably a Happy Meal. But when with the tail will wag if you run it along a surface, the tail of the car will wag. So
yeah, that looks like Michelle Pfeiffer's version of Catwoman.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now, these are all things. Well, my son and I were both into Star Wars, huge, and so I have this Ack. Now,
the Mars Attacks?
Yeah, Walker. Ack.
At.
Yeah. Now, what you don't. what you don't realize is that he broke the head off, see, and lost it. So this is actually, I carved a cork up, stuck 2 toothpicks on the sides,
Nice.
That's
and
cool.
painted it gray. And so you
So
never know.
So you scratch built the piece. Yeah.
That's right.
Built it.
Who needs a 3D printer when you have creativity and artistic talent?
And an X-Acto knife. Yes.
That's
exactly.
awesome, Barb. I love it.
And of course, along with that comes the tiny little figurines of we gotta have Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yep.
I am your father.
That's right. This one means a lot to me because if it weren't for ElfQuest, I would never have gotten into comics in the first place. So this is a Cutter and Alita lead figures. I collected. I don't even know where I picked these up again. I picked these up at San Diego one year. I randomly pick up Lego figurines.
Yep.
Snape and my boy, Iron Man.
I would have said Kylo Ren, but that's how little I know.
No, that is Snape.
There you go.
Yeah, that's his wand rather than a lightsaber.
I
Yeah.
It does
yeah.
kind of look like Kylo Ren, though.
I absolutely see how you got the unmasked Kylo.
Ren.
Yeah.
It's the Adam Driver action figure.
Yeah.
And which one of you guys was it? A Kaz? That's the Transformer.
Transformer fan.
Wait. Turn. Oh yeah. Yeah. Gosh, I was gonna talk about them today, but I said I'm not gonna do any of the big ones. I'm gonna do the ones that really, really made me. Okay, good.
Yep. And he transforms down into.
What kind of car is it? Let's see.
Formula racing.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Formula racing car. Yep.
Yeah.
Picked that up somewhere. I don't even remember. And finally,
That looks like a GoBot, I swear.
That's what I was gonna say, a GoBot, but the head didn't look
Wait a
like.
minute. What's this? What is
Is
this?
that Supernatural?
yes,
Yep.
This is the Impala. This is Baby from Supernatural, which is also a comic book that I actually currently collect. So this is all of these except for Snape was a comic book tie-in. As I tried to keep it that way anyway. So this is my baby Impala, and of course you guys have all seen this so many times. Of course, I got my bobblehead Tony Stark. He sits up here and judges me constantly. So those a lot of these were available at San Diego Comic-Con and most other conventions for there when Supernatural was like really popular. You could get them at all the conventions, and gaming figures like this were also very, very common at conventions. This however, I would be interested in knowing what this thing is worth these days.
A ton. I'll bet
Yeah.
a ton. If it's in really good condition, and that one looks like it is,
Yeah.
it's probably worth a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, it could be cleaned up a little bit, but other than that, I haven't let the grandkids touch it. Unlike
Yeah, that's probably
turtles.
one you shouldn't let. Yeah.
I
At
really
least till
do.
they're older.
I really don't have
maybe.
any intention of letting them touch it. Whereas they've been playing with the turtles, they on all the turtles and the mutants and all that stuff like that. But this reminded me, John, when you had those other vans out. Oh my God, look at this. What is it? It's the same basic
Mold.
deal.
Yeah. It's similar mold. No,
Everybody
good
loves
mold
those,
goes unused. Yes.
Those Volkswagen buses. Everybody loves them.
Yeah, I was thinking of Scooby Doo
Mhm.
with their van. I forget what they called it. Right up top
That
of
was
my head. But
wonderful,
yeah.
Barb. Wow. Nice
Thanks,
collection.
Barb. Thanks for the insight into you and your toys.
Yes.
Rob, are you? Oh, actually, let me do that as the. Let me do it as.
Well, I thought we were going to do toys of our youth, but Barb has brought it all into the present day, and I don't know any comic book
I
creator
still
today
consider
who does
myself
not.
to be young, so I'm
Yeah,
young at
yeah.
heart.
Does not have their own collection of toys. But from my youth, this is one of them. I never actually had the actual Captain Action. I had a GI Joe, and they were about the same size, but the costumes did not fit the GI Joes very well at all. I had the Captain America costume, but there were all kinds of costumes for Captain Action. I think there was a Thor, there was a Captain America. Later on, they've actually now got one for Iron Man. They've got one for Rocketeer. There's a whole bunch of different ones. If you want to just go on through all those,
let me know whenever you want me to click on there. And Captain Action got a. I know Captain Action had a comic series. Moonstone Publishing put one out like a decade or two ago.
The original was from DC, and it was drawn by Gil Kane of all people.
I was like, and I know that there was one before that, but I didn't know the deets.
Yeah, and I think Wally Wood did like the first issue, and Gil Kane, I think there were 6 in total, and Gil Kane did the rest of them. Might have been as few as 3. I don't remember exactly now. But yeah, go to the next one.
And I loved when I saw that Captain America come from you. I was like, see, crossover, you and me with the Captain Amigos. And there we go.
Yeah, there's the Phantom one.
Oh my.
Some of the outfit changes.
That's just the costume. Yeah. And then there's Captain Action with several of them in the background there. You'll see the Iron Man, and then there's Dr. Evil in the background, and you see a little bit of some of the other. Yeah, he's even got the Panther that I think that was in the comic book. But yeah, Captain Action, that was from my youth. Those kinds of things. And there's the Batman costume.
Yeah, so that's not Me Go Batman. That's Batman costume on the Captain Action.
Captain Action.
Which is so
that's
cool.
Captain Action. Yep. It's a little bigger because there's an old picture of him with all the characters in the background there of the costumes that they had, or that they have now. They only had like 4 or 5 to start with, and then the company went out of business. But it's been picked up by they're actually actively making new costumes, new action figures. They've even got the smaller ones that are more like the Star Wars size figures.
Cool.
So yeah, the Captain Action is back, and
really
they got it. Yeah, we actually did at Airship 27. We did 2 or 3 anthologies of novels, of Captain Action. 3 of them.
Next thing you know, the Sky King is back.
Oh yeah, and that
went right over the heads of all the rest of these guys.
Yeah, that show doesn't hold up real well. I've watched episodes since.
What show was it?
Sky King.
Oh yeah, I'm not familiar.
Yeah, I just over the head. It was a guy who lived out in the Southwest, and he had a 2-prop plane that he adventured in. He was the Lone Ranger of the skies.
Yeah, he was my husband's favorite. My husband and Rob.
But I've watched episodes lately, and boy, was it bad. It was very, very campy.
It was my husband's favorite when he was
But that played on Saturday mornings when I was a kid. Black and white TV shows. Roy Rogers, Sky King, Flicka, Fury. There was.
It can't be any worse than Lost World and the Slee Stacks.
But yeah, I was also since we're doing toys of modern day, I'm going to show everybody my collection of models that I built, and you can see.
What are your toys?
There's a few toys down there too. Got some D&D figures over here. This is the 70s and 80s. I played D&D. Now,
I see
the
a
only
running
one
left.
that
I love your
really
spinner rack.
dates back to my whoops.
Nice nose.
I blipped out.
Uh-oh, the blip. What?
There you go. We see you. Oh, no, we don't. Yep.
Yep, you're back.
You're back, Rob.
Can you hear us, Rob?
I don't think he can hear us.
Rob, can you hear us? Can you hear us, Rob?
All right,
No,
Rob will
no.
be back, I'm sure. So, shall we pick up until Rob comes back? Javier, what say you, sir? What kind of exciting toys are you speaking on tonight?
All right. I'm gonna get into the G.I. Joe universe. Yeah.
Yeah, my finger, I blipped out there for a minute. Finger rubbed across here, and I got rid of myself. But
Javier,
yeah,
you're gonna just absolutely die when I tell you I gave away an entire G.I. Joe set with all the accoutrements, the guns, the jeeps, the men, everything.
Just tell us you didn't have the Air Force carrier, because if you had the flag, Javier probably will kill himself right now.
It was a whole tote full of pristine condition. I gave it to Michael Davis years ago.
It's supposed to be about the joy of toys, not the pain of loss.
Well, I gave it to him.
All right, Javier, the screen is on you. Tell us about some Joes.
All right. Well, of course, G.I. Joe was my gateway into comics into G.I. Joe. I got G.I. Joe number 20. It had a jumper and cover. It was really nice. And it had, oddly enough, this character on the cover. Clutch.
That's the one where he was holding Cobra Commander with the gun to his head.
No, it's the one where he has a jetpack and he has a sky duel with a Cobra officer.
Okay.
And the cover's him falling backwards into a cornfield or something. So, I had just moved to Puerto Rico, and that Christmas, my mom said, "Go into the Sears catalog and tell me what you want." I'd never seen these action figures before. I'm like, "Well, yeah, let's try those." And she said, "Which ones you want?" I was like, "Well, obviously, I want them all, but you get what you want, Mom, right?" So she surprised me and actually was able to afford about 8 out of the 10 that were being offered. And she also was able to get me a vehicle. Now, I think this thing is the coolest thing I've ever had.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Now, the wonderful thing is that the characters fit, right? This little cannon thing shoots lasers, right? I mean, not anything, no projectiles. It's got two tanks, 2 gas tanks.
Oh, wow.
And the molding itself has a lot of things that you can customize, like little bolts. There's a little, if I remember correctly, there's a machine gun right here that you can't really tell. Right there.
Yeah.
Right. It's got an engine. The tires are really cool. I drew this thing so many times I know how to draw it by memory. And like Barb, I did give my collection away to somebody who was asking for 15 years later. I had moved out of my house, and there's just collecting.
Mine were the size of Barbie dolls.
Oh, okay, yeah. I came into the scene after those were out of style. And by the way, this clutch, is one of the older ones. He does not have the swivel arm action.
No
it's
swivel
just
arm battle
the
grip.
basic ones. Okay, and this is restored, I'm sure. But it was the only thing of my childhood I've ever rebought, because everything else, I can live without. But you see how I have these posters in the back?
Clutch mean a lot to you.
What I used to do is with the cards, I would cut them out and put them on the wall. So every time I got a vehicle, that cool art that they had in the front, on the wall. And eventually I had 2 walls full of just that cool action, war stuff from the Joes, from almost every vehicle I could get. The pièce de résistance was the whale. My mom actually got the hovercraft that actually floats. Thank you. That was number. Yeah, that's it. That's my first one. And this thing floats, and it fits like two characters can be shooting. Another one, it throws mines off. It's got propellers in the back. It's a gorgeous toy. It has missiles. It's crazy, and how cool and scale it is. And I was recently watching a documentary on Netflix about SEAL Team 6, and they're using that. I'm like, no way. Yeah, it's a real thing. I thought they made it up, but no, it's real technology. So that was a lot of fun. So I would cut the cardboard fronts and just put them on the wall. I was like, well, that's a mini poster. Great. So yeah, I got the membership. Now, I don't know how many millions of dollars they made off of kids, because you could become a part of the Jejo fan club. And that fan club, it was like $10 for a year. They sent you 4 newsletters, and you had a chance to save up your G.I. Joe star points to redeem them for stuff. But because I live in Puerto Rico, they wouldn't ship any of the toys.
Really?
But the stuff that, yeah, and that's when I first got into Marvel and started subscribing, and I got my comics through the mail. And that's when I understood the importance of buying books in person, because by mail sometimes they arrive like damaged or wet, because it was just had a brown wrapper around it and a sticker for the
they
address.
folded them in half.
Our postal services.
It's horrible.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was my gateway when I was a kid. Another one that I really liked were, I don't know their names, but they were about 15 to 18 inches tall, and they were based on, I think, on Shogun warriors, with like Messenger Z, or Transistor Z, however the translation is. And they were humongous. I mean, they were very big. They were made with the same material that the tricycles used to be made out of, the plastic ones that you skid everywhere on them.
Yeah.
Those are really cool. Those are really heavy. And I would find those in like, people would throw them away. And I find an arm here and a head there, and eventually try to put them together. Because I couldn't afford the originals. They're too expensive. But, you know, yeah. So Godaiken or something like that. So that was my treasure. And that's I never got a full figure of those. But at this point, they're collectible, and they're like $200, $300 each one. I can't buy my childhood anymore. And let me see, what was the last one? I do remember I used to have a Batman and a Robin, and they had magnets on their hands and on their feet. So that way you could put them on your refrigerator and they would stick, and then you can recreate the TV show, how they would walk on the side of the wall, of the wall and interact with people. So they would interact with other toys, right? And of course, my father hated those toys because, thank you. Yes, that's it. That's it. You're so good, John. You're so good.
Glad to help, man.
And apparently that used to shoot missiles, and that was like a big no-no eventually. But yeah, I used to do that on my dad's Buick Riviera, and I scratched the hell out of that car. I didn't realize it.
My God.
He got pissed. They imitated a boomerang. That's the last I remember seeing, just flying in the air. They never came back, because that's not what toys do. That was my dad just tossing them out. But yeah, after that, that's every now and then I buy some modern stuff. You can see some. My brother got me that racing car in the back, and I got the Halo one, the Halo Jeep, because it reminds me of the green one. Yeah. And let me see what else. Oh wow. I'm still a sucker for toys. So
the new Masters?
Yes, sir.
What do you think about them changing the scale?
Oh, that I never bought the original Masters of the Universe. It was one collection too many.
Yeah.
You see the magnets, how big they are, and see how jagged those hands are.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, that would scratch the heck out of a car.
Yeah, imagine me on the side of a car in the heat. Look at this! Oh, how cool! And they hang up like sideways and stuff. And yeah, I really damaged my dad's car. Which, oddly enough,
I bet your dad still loved you anyway.
Oh, I'm sure he does. If you look up a Buick Riviera, 1973 or 76, we used to call it the Batmobile because it had a pointy rear window, and it had a really pointed front. It oh god, it sounded like a ship in the sea because of the the shock absorbers roll bad and creak everywhere. Fit like 6 of my best friends, my mom and my dad in that thing, and we just go everywhere in that car. It was such a gas guzzler. I remember it, even in the late 70s, like 79, it would take like $22 in gas, which back then it was 70 cents for a gallon. So yeah, $22 to fill up a tank full of gas. It had like 8 miles per gallon, something stupid feel like that. And that was the toys I grew up
They
with.
had huge gas tanks in those things. Yeah, they had to have. Yeah.
Thanks, Javier.
Of course, memory lane is fun.
Yeah, we're over. We're over. We don't need to. We're over time, so we don't need to belabor.
I'm host today. I say it's okay.
Okay.
Sudden death over time. Let's go.
I'll show the 2 that I don't think that people remember that I loved. Absolutely loved. Let me share my screen. So I don't know if any of you remember this toy, Visionaries.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. My love for poetry came from Visionaries. I had all of them. I still remember the incantations for like several of them. And, and for those people who don't remember, when you would buy these staffs, these are holograms. You know, the cool holograms where if you twisted a certain way, you couldn't see it. And on their chest was the same thing, and you could kind of remove the plate. So real quick, that was one. And then one that I don't think people give enough credit to. Let me see. You guys remember this?
Yes.
This had a cartoon back in the 80s too that people probably don't remember that cartoon, but the original laser tag.
Not the knockoff stuff that you get at Five Below today.
No, and when I got this for Christmas, I thought I was big stuff. To have all the helmet and the gun, watch the cartoon.
That gun has always looked so cool.
It does, right? And even when they came out with stuff later, they still, for some reason, didn't really match the old gun. But I don't know if any of you remember Starcom either. Do you guys remember that?
I remember it. I didn't have it.
Oh, I used to love these because the toys, I mean, Transformers kind of revolutionized transforming. But these, you used to push a button on them and like the wings would come out, right? And it was all about transforming the vehicles to fit into tighter vehicles. So all of these were really cool. And the cartoon was cool. And I joined this fan club when I was a kid. I don't know why.
The vehicles were able to like nest inside of other vehicles.
Yeah, that was the whole point of Starcom. Even in the cartoon, they would deploy them from other vehicles.
Oh, cool.
So that was kind of the point of them.
Never even heard of that.
That's neat.
Yeah, I mean, again, these were all inspired by cartoons for me.
Yeah.
So whether or not they transitioned into comics, I mean, it was all about getting kids to bug parents to buy toys anyway. So I was bugging them. Do you guys remember this? You probably don't.
I remember it.
I do.
You remember this? Where you used to shoot at the screen?
Captain Power, I remember seeing it.
I didn't own any, but I do remember it.
Oh my gosh, yes. Put the VHS tape in and you used to shoot at the screen.
Never worked, yeah.
It never worked, that's right. But you know, it worked enough for you to bug your parents to get it. That's how it worked. And then the last one, this is when I realized that Santa Claus was not real. Spytech. I don't know if you guys remember the series of Spytech toys where you could get like microphones and all these kind of James Bond gadgety things. My parents got me a whole bunch for Christmas once. And, you know, I still believed in Santa Claus at this time. I was a late bloomer. I had faith that Santa Claus was real. But this one, and so I'm nervous. It's at night. I'm waiting for Santa. And my dad stacked these and they fell over. And I immediately went out to go see, and I'm like, But you know what? It didn't matter that Santa Claus was real because they got me the whole collection of Spytech. So I kind of.
So who cares?
So
that's what Santa Claus is.
Yeah.
Santa Claus is real.
Yeah.
It's the spirit.
Yeah, but those are and I don't. You guys probably know of these sectars.
Yep, Warriors of Simbongan or something like that.
And I used to love. I had all of
Yeah.
these, and I used to love the insects that they ride on. They were like a little puppet. You had to put your hand in them. So
DC did a comic series on them.
Mhm.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I recognize them from, is the comic.
Oh, I love these toys. These toys, I had all of them. I had the puppet kind of big insects that they would ride. I mean, they're nothing but He-Man molds, but at the same time, I thought they were awesome.
Those are epic. What?
Yeah, they're really good. They're really good. And again, later on, they got a comic, right? I don't even think they had a cartoon. I really don't. I don't know if Second Cars ever had one. But for some reason, this was a big toy for me. This is one of the first collections that I had. So, but I don't have any of these today, which makes me very angry. Very, very angry. And we could go on more about Galaxy.
Thank God there's eBay that we could kind of get some of our childhood back from if we needed to.
It's not
Javier.
And sometimes even at a reasonable price.
Not the same.
Before we wrap on toys, since Kaz was bouncing to a lot of the 90s, the late 80s and the 90s, there's one that you mentioned in our Facebook chat today, the Wednesday Wham chat, that you didn't bring up just now that I think kind of would tie a lot of the different ones together. The Playmates one.
The Playmates one.
The Star Trek? Did you say the Star Trek Playmates?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Playmates was the ones that made the smaller ones. The ones I was thinking about were the ones you introduced, with the larger ones with the really nice clothing. I remember. I mean, the workmanship on that was really great, and you can exchange them with other characters and such.
Yeah.
And I think the Captain Action one taught me that you can rip the head off and place others.
Yeah.
So that's when I started messing around with the toys, and wait a minute, it's got a screw. Let's undo that. Oh, O-ring. Okay, and then customizing toys was the shit. Yeah, sorry, the stuff.
And I was thinking, if it was the Star Trek Playmate, that would tie nicely together with Kaz's 90s and my Star Trek with Rob's Star Trek. And Playmates is also the one that put out Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that gets us to Barb. And I thought that would be a kind of fantastic way to wrap up our toy chat tonight, because no matter what decade, time period,
nice word,
there's all kinds of things that interconnect us all, and we just all love the nerdy stuff. Before we wrap for tonight, and everybody, thank you for staying with us a little bit longer. Promise you, we are absolutely worth it. One more reminder that we do still currently have the Silverline operational incidental outreach going on. Do an easy Google search for Silverline Fund My Comic. This is up for 7 more days. Only 7 days to go. So anything that you can do. We've been stuck here at the 1027 for a while. Feel free, $5. Look at these miniseries. You got miniseries. You've got completed 4-issue series. You got the mystery bag. You got the unclaimed freight. You've got the overstock Kickstarters. You got the foils. You got DBCC. What is DBCC? That's the Daytona Beach Comic Con, who, if you guys watch our videos or listen to them, we are usually saying how they sponsor us and we work with them. It's fantastic. Tommy,
great show.
Rob, commission. Jose, commissions. Sketch covers, original arts, T-shirts, the whole 9 yards. Please check it out. Please share it. Please let people know that it's there. There's some great stuff available for everybody. And Javier bounced, huh? Okay.
He got dragged away. We went over. They needed it for something, apparently.
But until next time, my friend, Rob and Barb and Kaz, thank you all so much for tonight. This has been fun. As we like to say before we close out, make mine Silverline. Have a great week, everyone.
Hi, I'm Chris Ulm. I'm the former editor-in-chief of Malibu Comics. Make mine Silverline.